The Vatican is considered one of the most important centers of Christianity. It is the place where the Pope's authority is respected by millions of Christians around the world. So when allegations are made against a pope, it can shake the faith of many believers and raise serious questions about the Church itself. In today's video, we are going to fact-check this event and examine how true these allegations really are. These allegations were made against Pope Benedict XVI. This story goes back to the years 1977 to 1982, when Joseph Ratzinger, who later became Pope Benedict XVI, was serving as the Archbishop of Munich and Freising in Germany. This is where the controversy begins. According to reports, during the wider period connected to the investigation, hundreds of children were allegedly abused by Catholic clergy in that region. The controversy surrounding Benedict is not that he personally committed abuse, but how abusive priests were handled during his leadership. For many years, the issue stayed mostly quiet. Then came January 2022, when a German law firm called Westphal-Spilker-Vostell released a massive 1,900-page report. This report investigated sexual abuse cases in the Munich Archdiocese from 1945 to 2019. According to the report, there were at least 497 known victims of abuse by church priests. Many of these victims were boys between the ages of 8 and 14. The report also said that many more cases were likely never reported. Most importantly, the report accused Pope Benedict XVI of failing to act properly in 4 abuse cases during his time as Archbishop of Munich and Freising. That is the reason this controversy became so serious and why it raised questions around the world.
Now, according to the investigation, there were 4 main cases connected to Benedict. Let's look at each one briefly. Case 1, the 1980 transfer case. A priest who had been accused of abusing boys was transferred to Munich for what was called therapy. A church meeting approved this transfer. At first, Benedict said he was not present at that meeting, but later, evidence showed that he actually was there. After this, his team admitted that the earlier statement was an editing error in his testimony. This created huge criticism because many people believed false information had been given. The priest was later allowed to return to church ministry, and he abused children again. Critics asked an important question: why was he not permanently removed from ministry? Case 2. Another priest had already been convicted by a civil court for abuse, but he was still allowed to continue church work. Investigators said church leadership should have stopped this from happening. Case 3. A different priest with a known history of abuse was allowed to continue pastoral work without strict restrictions. Case 4. Another priest who was suspected of abuse remained active despite warning signs. Investigators said Benedict, as Archbishop, still carried responsibility for these decisions. However, Benedict strongly denied any intentional wrongdoing. His legal team argued that he did not personally know all the details of every case. Lower church officials often handled these situations. Abuse reporting standards in the 1970s and 1980s were much weaker than today. There is no proof that he knowingly protected abusive priests. Benedict also said he felt deep shame over the abuse scandals inside the church and asked for forgiveness for mistakes. He wrote, "I can only express profound shame, deep sorrow, and heartfelt request for forgiveness." But even then, he continued to deny personally covering up abuse. And if we look at the facts carefully, there was never any evidence or accusation that Pope Benedict himself molested children. The main accusation was that he may have mishandled cases or failed to stop abusive priests who were under his authority decades earlier. That is why this became one of the biggest scandals connected to his legacy. But when such things happen inside the church, especially involving priests, it doesn't only damage the reputation of the church, it also shakes the faith and beliefs of many Christians around the world. What do you think about this issue? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for watching. May God bless you.